Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge television talk show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. It's like I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. It's always such a fun ride, and I appreciate it very, very much. You can find us on television. We are syndicated on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast on the newscasters.com. You can still find us on facebook.com/DFiesel. We're on YouTube. And you can find us on X. If it's social media, we're on it. So again, thank you so much for watching. I've got my very good friend, Michele Bland. And Michele is from Charlotte, North Carolina. One of my old girlfriends over in Charlotte, North Carolina. How you doing?
All right. And you?
I'm doing pretty good. I've seen you blossom and doing so many wonderful, wonderful things. You are an author, and I'm not a bit surprised. I mean, you got to go on, girl. And a lot has happened since those candle making days.
Yes, it has. I still try to squeeze in a session or two while I make a few.
Yeah. So there you go. But anyway, it's always been a great pleasure knowing you, Michele, and I'm so glad you reached out and told me about these books you have written. Now, there's one that you've just written another one.
Yes.
So tell me about this one.
This one is for family members who have a loved one in a nursing home, an assisted living facility, or even if they're in rehab. And you can see it right there. It's called Who's Watching Mom and Dad? And I designed this so that people who have loved ones in these facilities can feel at ease. It tells you in the very front, there's a how to use this page. And you have 5 different sections, which one is the family observation journal. And what you do in that section is like different things that you see that you have concerns about. You want to document them in here and keep a record of it. So when you go to speak to whoever is in charge of the unit that you're on, that you have documented proof of everything that you've observed. There's another section called appointments and visits log. And basically what you're going to do with this section is just keep track of their appointments, what they're going to the doctor for, what the results are, and it just helps you to keep track of everything that's related to their appointments. The fall injury and skin tear log, they are supposed to call you and let you know anytime your loved one falls, gets a skin tear, anytime they are injured in any kind of way, the facility is supposed to alert you and let you know. Mm-hmm. So what I have done is developed a sheet so when they call you, you can document everything that they're telling you. And it helps you to keep track, to establish patterns. Like if they're getting up at a certain time, every time at the same time of the night, then like you can establish that maybe they're going to go to the bathroom. And once you lock down, that's the issue, you can have the aide to go in and assist her at that time so you can avoid these falls. Mm-hmm. The next section is your vital signs and the blood sugar. And depending on whether your loved one has high blood pressure or if they're diabetic, it helps you to keep track of those things. Mm-hmm. And the last section, and I put this in here because I have dealt with this so much, is called the clothing inventory section. And basically everything that you enter the facility with your loved ones, clothes, jackets, pantyhose, shoes, you're going to document it in that section. And when they lose it, as soon as you realize it, you're going to make staff aware. So the quicker you make staff aware, the quicker they can get on trying to locate it. But it just helps you to keep track of everything. There's also another one called Who's Watching Mom and Dad, and it's called the Fall Edition. And it's strictly just for falls. Especially if your loved one experiences a lot of falls, then you definitely are going to keep up with that. And I also have a section in there where you can put pictures. Like if you go and they have like a bad injury or a bad skin tear, take a picture of it, put it in the journal, keep up with this stuff because it is very, very important.
Well, one thing too is, and this seems to run in Phil's family. Every time it happens, Phil goes, "Thanks, Grandma." And what would happen with her is you could barely touch her skin. I mean, I'm talking barely touch it and it would bruise.
Yeah.
And so, because I know Phil's dad, he thought she was being mistreated, and what it was is just it was her skin. And Phil's the same way. I guess people think I beat up on him all the time. But anyway, barely touch him. There's a bruise that gets on him. So he's looking at me now like, mm-hmm. Also, his skin is like his grandmother's. It tears easy. So some people just are susceptible to that. So how can a family know if that's just part of grandmother, just part of granddad, or if there's really something brutally going on?
Mostly as they start to age, the skin starts to, lose the elasticity in it because they don't drink as much. They're not as hydrated. And most elderly people, not all, their skin is very thin.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say right away if you're noticing that they're having skin tears, I wouldn't say right away that they're being abused, because that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
I would say that if you are noticing a pattern continuously and all the time, then you would need to get with, I call them the coordinators or whoever the director is in charge of the unit, so you can discuss that with them. Because it could be something as simple as they just need to drink more fluids so they can be more hydrated. Or there could be another reason, but I don't assume abuse right away, because the majority of the CNAs are in this field, they're in it to do good. They're not in it to hurt anybody. And, you have things happen. Like I can remember an incident where I was helping a lady and transferring her to a chair, and I bumped her just a little bit. When I was transferring her, I bumped her arm, and she got a little indention and a skin tear on the back part of her hand. And you have to be very, very careful, because just simple things like a bump sometimes can, like you said, give them a bruise or give them a skin tear. But you don't assume right away that they're being abused. Like I said, I would keep documentation, which this is what Who's Watching Mom and Dad is good for. Keep the documentations, watch for patterns. If they're being abused, you're going to know, because they'll start acting different. They'll be withdrawn. You'll get signs other than just the fact that they have a skin tear that will let you know something's going on.
Well, I think it would be a good idea to keep photos anyway. We're caretakers for my mother here. And so we keep photos, we keep things, just to show the doctor, because it could be, like you said, she needs to drink more water. It could be like a million things. And so we just do that for our own records.
Yeah, and it's good to have it. It really is. Because, like I said, it can help you to establish different things. Where if you're not keeping up with it, you may not be as aware of it. But if you are keeping it, you have it in one place, and you're reviewing it, you're more likely to catch a pattern of what's going on.
That's true. That's true. And I'm also thinking, even if you're a caretaker, I would think you would need one of these books.
They would
just
come in handy.
Whether they're in a nursing facility or not, just for you, again, to have your own records. And it would be a good thing to show you brother and sister who never come around and help. It would be good for them to flip through it.
Yeah.
My brother and sister do not help whatsoever. And so it's just filling me. And so it would be nice to have that, so they could take a little glance and kind of spend one day in your life and see what it's like.
Yeah. But I wouldn't, if they're in a facility, I wouldn't recommend them having that, because you have to be careful of HIPAA policies. So if you're having something like this and you're documenting things in there, you can kind of get yourself in trouble. If you have it in a home setting, that's different. Because if you're in the home and you're going in there and the family says, hey, I want you to keep track of this, then that's great. Because, the family's presented it to you and you're doing it in a home. But in a facility, it's a little bit different. You have to be very, very careful about giving information out on each residence.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want to be in violation of that HIPAA policy.
Yeah, because that could be a huge, huge deal right there.
Yes, it is. Big deal. You have to protect their privacy. So I wouldn't advise it unless you're leaving it there at work and it's locked down and your boss knows it.
Mm-hmm.
But, protecting their identity is key.
Well, and then I'm thinking also, because I have a sibling, I'll just put it to you that way, who's not very truthful about things. So I mean, and you're the caretaker. You're the one who takes care of your parents, and the sibling does nothing to help. There's got to be, because sometimes I feel like there are not enough laws for the caretakers. And instead of doing all the work, they're doing all the taking mom and dad to the doctor. They're doing every single thing. And then the kids who don't live around, who don't live close, can also always come up with, things you should have done different, and they don't know what it's like to walk in your shoes and all.
Sometimes I attribute that to guilt because, like you said, if you're doing everything and they're not, that's guilt.
Mm-hmm.
That's guilt because they're letting you, take the fall for everything.
Mm-hmm.
We see that a lot with family members that come in and they'll be like nitpicky about every little thing. Mm-hmm. And, we've learned not to take it personal because we know if we're doing our job and if they're nitpicking about stuff, we know what it is. It's guilt. Yeah. That's all it is. And so, sometimes, you try to pacify the family so that they don't feel bad. Because, it's hard to put your loved one in someone else's care. Basically, a total stranger. That's hard. So we understand. You learn not to take that stuff personal. That, when they put them there, when they come in and they're being nitpicky, it all boils down to they just want them to have the best. Mm-hmm. So you just learn not to take it personal. You just try to do the best you can.
Mm-hmm. But then a lot of kids need to go visit their parents more often too. I'm talking about the ones who come at Christmas and Thanksgiving. That's about it. Mother's Day.
Yeah. I would love to see that more because, like, I work on a memory care unit, and even though people think because you're on the memory care unit that they don't remember, there are certain times that they have moments of clarity, and they do. They remember a little bit, and it may just be for a brief moment. But in that brief moment that they're remembering, sometimes you can see the sadness when their loved ones aren't there. Mm-hmm. So, you wish that their loved ones would come around more. And I get it because, like I say, sometimes you understand it took a lot for them to put their loved ones there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we have those who come often. They're very active in their care, and that's great. But the ones who don't come, like I said, I get it. It's hard. There's guilt. You feel like I shouldn't have put mom and dad here. I should have been able to handle it. But it's not easy. Mm-hmm. It's really not easy. And so I can understand the ones that don't come, even though we wish they would come more. But the fact that they do come on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and you see their loved ones light up, I mean, it's such a joy for them when they, when they see the loved ones do get to come. But
at least they're coming for those holidays. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, at least they're there for those important times. Because, Christmas, Thanksgiving, those are big holidays for families. So even if they don't come but those 2 days out the year, you wish for more, but you learn to take what you can get and make sure they enjoy that time when they're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Michele, I can't believe half the show's over. We're going to have to go into a commercial break.
Okay.
Always happens. We'll be back in just a minute. I promise. More with Michele. We'll be right back.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020. We're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing. Including my classic standard MyPillows, only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge television talk show where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. So I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. It's always such a fun ride. You know, the show is for you. So when you send an email and you have suggestions, that's why the show is successful, because it is about you and it's for you. So continue sending emails. Donna@donnasedge.com. That's Donna@donnasedge.com. I definitely appreciate it. I got my friend Michele Bland with me. We've known each other for over a decade. It's been almost 2 decades.
It's been a while.
Time, girl. So,
a long time.
I'm glad. At least we're closer together now. We're 2 hours now apart from each other. A little bit over. Well, depending on who drives. If I drive, it's a lot quicker to get there. Oh no! All the policemen are watching now. So I don't drive fast, at least not too bad. Anyway, but the interstate helps, so that's a little bit closer for us. But Michele is an author, and now you also go and speak to people if they invite you. Is that correct?
Yeah, like you, for instance. And I really appreciate the
I'm trying
exposure.
to talk her into doing it. Can you tell? Michelle's looking like, I don't know about this now.
Yeah, but it's good to get the exposure because when you're a new author, it's really, really hard to get a leg hold in this. Because on Amazon, and that's where all my books are on Amazon, it's a sea of books. Everybody, is putting out a book on something. So unless you have the money to advertise, then your book can get lost in that sea rather quickly.
There is.
Uh,
But yeah, we got an elder. I mean, the baby boomers now are in nursing homes.
yeah,
And I've already told my son and daughter-in-law, when the time comes, put me in it because I just don't want to be a burden to them. I don't want to,
yeah.
I don't want to be, I want to be the mother they've always been used to, you know what I mean? So I would rather, I mean, I begged them. I said, and my son, they go, no, we'll never do that. And I'll say, I'm demanding you do it. I mean, I'm telling you, I would just much rather. And plus, I mean, they're not medical staff. They wouldn't know what to do anyway if something were to happen. So I think I'd be in a good spot. So I want to talk about nursing homes in general. They've got a bad rap. I mean,
They do.
do.
They really
I
do.
I've been and visited people at some really good ones, and I didn't see anything bad going on. But now, a lot of it, I think, is the family who, again, the guilt thing, because I'm leaving them there. They need to be treated like a first-rate princess. But now, it takes the family help too.
Yeah, because a lot of times they think that we have some type of special training when it comes to different situations. And like for me, like if I encounter a resident that's combative, I like to walk away and give them time. Because if they're being combative and you push them, you just make the situation worse. So we've always been taught to step back, give them space, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes, you reapproach them. But you're never, when you see that they're in a combative state, when you're trying to get them to do something and they don't want to do it, you don't ever try to make them. You want to step back, give them room, reapproach them later, like 5 or 10 minutes later. Because on the memory care unit, a lot of times they tend to forget. You come back and you can reapproach them, and they tend even to forget that they were fighting with you about the same thing earlier. So it's better that when they are like that to just back up, give them room, give them time, to calm down. And then when they calm down, you reapproach them and you try again. But you are correct about they get a bad rep. And I'm going to be honest. Some of the nursing homes that have bad reps probably have it because they earned it. And then some of them, like I said, get a bad rep. And it's not always about the fact that, how should I say this? That you're not giving good care, but it's staffing. Sometimes staffing issues, will cause problems. Because if you're supposed to have 8 residents and you end up with 15, you can only do what you can do. You can only do what you can do. And I try to make sure that I give my residents the best care that I can give, because I look at it as this could be me one day. It could be somebody that I love. So I try to always make sure that I give them the best care that I can give them.
On the show, I've had folks from tech schools on.
Huh?
And I love people from technical schools to come on the show. And so they'll talk about nursing classes that they have and that kind of thing. So I've had several suggestions, several different times, especially kids going to technical school and they're taking nursing classes. And then they go on to college and get a degree and that kind of thing. But working at a nursing home, wouldn't that be a great experience for somebody who's just thinking about doing it?
I'm losing a little bit of sound with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you really good.
Okay, I hear you kind of like fading in and out. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So if you can hear me, okay, someone who's thinking about coming into nursing, did you hear that part? Oh, it sounds like
Yeah, somebody who's thinking about coming into nursing.
thinking about going into nursing, working at a nursing home, wouldn't that be a great thing to put on your resume?
Actually, you're right. It would be, because in a nursing home, you get to utilize a lot of your skills. I mean, like if you're a nurse, you're going to be cathing people. You're probably going to be doing wound care. But I'll be honest with you, in a hospital, you're probably going to use those skills to a greater level because every day you're seeing it. They're coming through the door. You don't know what you're going to get. So you're going to utilize them in a nursing home, but not as much as if you're in a hospital. Because in a hospital, like I said, you never know what's going to come through that door. And I've only briefly worked at a hospital. I worked there through an agency one time. It was much. It was a bit much. The other girl that's supposed to work with me called out, so I had to pick up a bunch of extra people. And it was the first time I'd worked there, so I didn't know how the procedures were. But, you just kind of fall into it. Because at the end of the day, if nothing else, you got to take care of them. Regardless of how your procedures are, you got to keep them clean, you got to keep them dry, and whatever other requests they make of you, you got to fulfill it.
The one thing I think about with you, Michele, is your pleasing personality and how easy you are to get along with. And I can see where you could calm somebody down just by your presence. I can see that. The demeanor of someone means a lot. I would think when the family meets you, the family's like, okay, Michele's got this.
They don't get to see me a lot.
We need a lot of Michele's.
Unfortunately, they don't get to see me a lot because I work night shift. I go in occasionally on second shift when they're short-staffed to help out. And occasionally I'll meet a family member, and they'll go like, I've never seen you before. And I'm like, I work night shift. That's why. But I like night shift because it's so calm. Now, it's not like that all the time because every once in a while you have people who want to get up. I remember one year that I worked there because I've been on my job over 20 some years. And I remember one time I used to bring my laptop because we had a bunch of people who would get up and we called them the night crew. And I used to, whatever music that they would request, I would put it on. And my computer had this like graphic thing where it would play the music and the little things would gyrate to the beat of the music. And they would sit there for hours just watching that. Like they were fascinated watching the little squiggly things. Yeah. And so that's why I kind of like night shift. It's calmer, and you can actually spend time with them. You can sit and talk with them when they get up. You can laugh with them. It's not like the other shifts where, it's just go, 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 bang, bang, bang. You got so much you got to do with them. So night shift, if they get up, then I actually have time to spend with them. I can talk with them.
That's more quality.
Right.
Michele, can you believe this? It's the end of the show.
Oh, wow, really?
Tell people about the Q code up there.
Oh, yes. The Q code is like if you have your phone and you decide that you want to order my book, just get your phone out, scan the Q code, and it will take you directly to the book on Amazon. You don't have to worry about clicking or doing anything, just scanning.
There you go.
And I'm hoping that, that people will find that this is a useful tool for them. I try to create things that people can use to help them.
And you're doing it. Michele, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you for having me here. I appreciate it.
You're an angel. We're going to have to call it a day, but you hang around so I can get you on for next month, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much for watching Donna's Edge. I hope this is helpful. I suggest that even if you're a caretaker that you're going ahead and get this book. I think it'll be very, very helpful. Sometimes just writing it down makes all the difference in the world. Again, Michele, thank you. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.